Game time. Hey guys, Nate here again, here to give you another video. Today I'm going to be talking about something that got announced recently, and that's the remakes of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And along with that, they're going to have the original soundtrack, with the exception of Bring the Noise by Public Enemy and Anthrax, which is kind of a bummer. So the original stages are going to be in it as well. The thing that really strikes me as important though is seeing who the developer is. And lo and behold, it's the guys who made the Crash Bandicoot remakes. And those remakes are really true to the games. It seems really promising, and I think it's a step in the right direction for these type of games. This feels more like a labor of love, and not like some kind of cash grab the way that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD was. After I saw the trailer, all I could think of were all the over-the-top crazy sports games that I used to play. But let's ask the real questions here. Were those games actually any good? Or is that just nostalgia? I think the older games are seen as the best of their kind, not because of their nostalgia, but because there's more of an arcadey feel to those type of older sports games. They're an exciting, over-the-top version of sports that we actually know about. The games that come to mind for me are like NBA Jam, Blitz, NBA Street, even stuff like Burnout or Need for Speed. I could vividly remember as a kid watching people play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and just getting hype at all like the crazy combos that they were pulling off. It was a lot of fun. These types of sports games eventually stopped being made and made way for a specific type of game that's known as simulation sports games. In order to talk about simulation games, it's important to define what a simulation game is. I took this from Wikipedia, so don't laugh at me. A simulation game attempts to copy various activities from real life in the form of a game for various purposes such as training, analysis, or prediction. That's keeping in mind things like Microsoft's Flight Simulator and stuff like American Truck Simulator, just those type of things that are very much real life. Something I've noticed over the years is how sports games have started slowly leaning into becoming more of a simulation type thing. The physics are much more realistic. The graphics have a much more lifelike feel to them. There's like sweat, and it's like, I don't know, it's just, you can see their sweat like shining off of their skin. It's like the NVIDIA like ray tracing on their face. When you see these type of graphics, it's jaw-dropping for the first time. You wonder how they had this type of technology accessible for all of us to play, because it just looks so great. But looking back at those type of games through the years, they haven't really aged well. They're just not as fun as they used to be when I first played some of these games. The games just feel old and dated, and it's hard to break out of the idea of old equaling not fun. But when I think about it, there are a lot of games that are old that came out at the same time that these games did. So now that we know that old games don't necessarily make a bad game, what is it then? What happened to the quality and the fun of these games? Well, simulation games over the years have slowly transformed into tech demos right before our very eyes. As the majority of the resources go towards realism and not into the game design aspect, it becomes easy to see why those yearly sports games are finding their way into those 50-cent bargain bin sections at the video game stores. The sparkling, shiny outward appearance quickly ages like milk outside in the sun to rot. But let's not quickly dismiss the idea of simulation games are not fun, because a great example of simulation and gamifying that idea is Skate. There's enough of a learning curve in Skate where it can still be fun and rewarding at the same time. There is a learning curve there, and there is quite a bit of effort that it takes to get there. It's on the margin of something like a Microsoft Flight Simulator or American Truck Simulator. There's enough of a learning curve to be rewarding, while also involving the same amount of finesse that skateboarding in real life would probably require in order for you to learn it and be proficient. There are even some smaller developers that used to work for the bigger games that try to capture the magic of the older arcade feeling games, but without the budget there's always something like kind of missing. It's hard to really pinpoint exactly what it is, but just that polish isn't there. It's worth noting this to avoid being biased towards one way of game development and one type of game. All in all, I'm very optimistic towards Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 being remade. Their dedication to preserving the original trilogy of Crash Bandicoot and meeting that goal, mind you, I'm a big Crash fan. I saw that they were able to do exactly what they promised, and that was remake and just remaster the original games. And with the fun sports game that I keep seeing everyone talk about on social media, I'm hoping that this sees a resurgence of a lot of other games of this type of style, the arcade feel, because honestly, like 2K is alright, but I want to play NBA Street again. I want to play NBA Jam. I want to play Burnout. Dude, I played the demo of Burnout Revenge on my 360 a million times. I never even bought the game. I just played the demo. It was that fun. They did remaster Burnout Paradise, but come on, let's just keep the ball rolling. Just remaster all those games. Like, why not? People keep demanding them. When you try making a new one, no one seems to like it in Need for Speed. So, go back to your roots, figure out what you're doing, and see what people actually like. Where was your success at? I can only hope for a new wave of arcade type games to come out after seeing the resurgence of this one type of game. As you can see, these type of games are the kind that connect with people that not only like myself who love video games, but people who wouldn't play a video game otherwise. That's why I feel like there's a much more outspoken group of people that want to see these games, is because they have a history of it. They have a childhood history of it, because it's easy to see what you're supposed to do presented in a different way. Anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. Leave me a comment on any sort of thoughts you have about whether it's the old arcade style sports games or a type of video you would like to see me do, something you would like me to cover or talk about. I'm open to that as well. Subscribe to the channel to get more of this type of content directly to your feed. I would really appreciate it. If you would like to keep up with me and what I'm doing, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at WassupNate. I also do streaming on twitch.tv/WassupNate. I would appreciate a follow on any of those platforms as well, so you can always, stay tuned with what I'm doing and what I'm up to. I'm always posting little previews of stuff I'm working on Discord and on Instagram. I just get so excited, I have to share it. I can't help myself. I also host the comfiest podcast on the internet, the Sleepy Gamer Podcast. Join me and my two friends, Abby and Mitchie, as we talk and discuss video games. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.